Yeah, there's something like tactile about this glass. Like it feels, there's something like old meets new here.
You're absolutely right. Yep. I think we're putting together the best of what Ommegang offered from the past and putting it in a modern day, fresh experience with wildflower honey.
I'm Adam Hall, and I'm joined by Joe Green, who is our innovation brewer. And today we're talking about farm fresh ale. The inspiration here was to take to go back to the Belgian roots, but to create a light, approachable, low ABV, sort of like farm to table style beer. We've got honey conditioned, open fermented, the malt bill, the style. Yeah, so the honey, talk about the honey.
Okay, so we selected wildflower honey to use in this beer, and we also, the hops that we use in this Mandarin of Bavaria have a honey note to them, so they kind of balance each other out there. But wildflower honey is used at the end of the boil in this product. It adds to the fermentable sugars. Now, honey is 95% fermentable, but it does leave behind some residual sweetness and flavor, which we like to say that nice hint of honey in the beer. And then, after we brew it, we put it in the open fermenter, and we just put our Ommegang house yeast in it, and it just is so happy.
Now, open fermenter, that sounds like a really crazy term, but what does that actually mean?
So basically the top of the fermentation vessel is just into open air. We have a clean sealed room where the open fermenter sits, and there's just nothing in that room restricting the yeast from fermenting.
Sure. So free range yeast.
Free range. You're super happy and healthy, and it's just a really fast, healthy fermentation and produces a great product.
And we talk a lot about the honey in this beer, and we made a choice to call it honey conditioned ale because we didn't want you to think that this was a mead or like a honey beer, because honey isn't the dominant flavor. It's like a best supporting actor, right?
Yeah, it goes with the malt, it goes with our house yeast, and then the hint of honey. So it contributes to the overall fermentable sugars, a little bit of the flavor profile of the beer. And then we also use honey for the honey conditioning. So
it is,
we should talk about that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Talk about it.
At Ommegang, we love to condition our beers with our house yeast. That's where we add a calculated amount of sugar and yeast to produce higher carbonation inside the can. It goes through a secondary fermentation process. So we decided to use honey as the secondary source of sugar for farm fresh ale. And so that gives us our can conditioning, our extra carbonation in the can, and it leaves behind a little hint of honey.
Little Scotia honey. Yeah, it is the unsung hero here.
Yeah, kind of like how you're adding honey to your tea or something. It's just there to help it and support it. And
we have bees on site.
We sure do. Yeah, the bees come here every year. Now they do go south for the winter.
Sure, lucky them.
But they always come back in the spring, and they're here all summer. And we have a separate bee yard out front of Ommegang, and we actually use some of that honey on site here in this product. So
it's homegrown. Awesome. Yes, it is. Traditional, classic farmhouse.
It is
table beer. Yeah.
So
if you would like to learn more about farm fresh ale, please visit us at ommegang.com. Visit our beer finder to find farm fresh ale at a retailer near you. Take this beer, sip on it, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.